nor did it change the fact that with one win, they capture the West Division. Today, with the division title on the line, the Rangers turn to Cole Hamels, who has been preparing for this moment from the day he came to Texas.
I think, being able to win a championship, in a Texas Ranger uniform, means a whole heck of a lot. And, that's what I want to be a part of, and that's what I want to, help these guys do.
With all the ups and downs of this magical season, one thing is for certain on this last day. Your Rangers will never, ever quit. Texas Rangers baseball is presented by AT Uverse TV. It is a picture card perfect afternoon here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. A great day in October for game number 162. The Rangers would make it very simple to avoid game 163. They need to defeat the Los Angeles Angels. And welcome in, everyone, along with Todd Graves, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us. A great Sunday afternoon here at Globe Life Park, the final day of the regular season. Rangers hope it's the final day of the 2015 season. They don't want to go 163. Today they take the Angels to task, and Cole Hamels will be out on the mound. And, Tom, he is their horse for this game.
He is, Buzz. He said it. That's why I came to the Rangers to pitch in this kind of a game. And the Rangers would say, that's why we went and got you to pitch in this kind of a game. So here we are. Last game of the season. In his last 9 starts with the Rangers are 6-0, and they've won the other 3 starts as well. Today, they'll try to make it 10 in a row in the biggest game of the year.
Well, the Rangers look to be pretty excited. The fans, I know, are excited. Let's go down and check in with Emily Jones to see how excited the clubhouse has been.
Yeah, Buzz, a very similar feel in the clubhouse before today's game as we've seen many times before. The team not in denial about what happened yesterday. It was a gut punch. They will admit that, but they also realize that everything they've been shooting for is still right in front of them, and it's still right at their fingertips and in their total control. All they have to do is go out and win today. They avoid that game 163, and they are the American League West Division champions. So everything's still right in front of the Rangers and right at their fingertips, and it's in the hands of Cole Hamels starting today for these Rangers. We will have the starting lineups and the first pitch of game 162 coming up right after this.
Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. The SUV Sign and Go event is happening now at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT Uverse TV. Uverse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Now, a near-capacity crowd filing into Globe Life Park here this afternoon. They have red out with Globe Life. The Ranger red, and the fans are excited right from the get-go here. As a matter of fact, they got it tuned up during batting practice here this afternoon. So the crowd on their feet as the Rangers and Cole Hamels take the field wearing their blue tops this afternoon, trying to change their look a bit. And it has not been good luck the last 2 nights. Or last 2 games, I should say. Angels winning 2-1 and 11-10. Nail biters both days. And yesterday, a difficult one to come back from, but this Ranger ball club has proved very resilient the entire year, coming back from adversity. They'll have to do it here this afternoon against an Angels club who has won 8 of their last 10. They have won 2 straight, and they come in with a shot at tying the Houston Astros for the wild card if they are able to defeat the Rangers today and if the Astros lose out in Phoenix. Well, let's send it over to Tom, and he's going to tell you about the Angels starting lineup this afternoon.
Well, the Angels will again start off with Eric Ibar. He's a .432 hitter in this ballpark in 2015. Cole Calhoun will bat second. Mike Trout, the center fielder, is third, followed by the cleanup hitter, Albert Pujols. C.J. Crone, who has knocked in 20 runs against the Rangers this year, will hit 5th. David Freese will bat 6th. Shane Victorino is the left fielder. He'll hit 7th. Carlos Perez is the catcher. And Johnny Giovatella, a .407 hitter since he came off the disabled list, will bat 9th.
And that's the lineup for Mike Socha, who will face the 31-year-old left-hander Cole Hamels. Our progressive scouting report. He is the Rangers' horse. They hope to saddle him up and ride him to the Western Division crown here this afternoon. Rangers try to stay undefeated with him on the mound in the last 9 starts. This is his 10th start since he lost his 2nd start against with the Rangers. He's coming over from Philadelphia. So Jeff Bannister, flanked by Mike Napoli over that Ranger bench, hoping to get a W under their belts today. The Rangers defense this afternoon delivered to you by Fred Loya Insurance. Outfield the same as it has been the first 3 games of the series. Hamilton, DeShields, and Chu in the outfield. Chris Jimenez behind the plate again this afternoon. Rangers 24-7 in his last 31 starts. Mitch Moreland, Rougned Odor, Elvis Andrus, Adrian Beltre around the infield, and we are set to get underway here at Globe Life Park. Eric Ibar will start things off against Cole Hamels. Hamels has not faced these Angels since back in 2008 when he was a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. So a lot of these guys unfamiliar with Cole and unfamiliar to Cole. And Eric Ibar takes strike 1 as Hamels pumps in a first pitch strike. Ibar 272, 3 home runs, 44 driven in. Had that 9th inning home run yesterday. It got that 5-run comeback frame started for the Angels. Ibar hit the home run off Sean Tolleson to begin that inning. Ibar in that at-bat was hitting from the left side against the right-hander Tolleson. Today, against the left-hander Hamels, Ibar finds himself down to the count 0-2. Pretty good breaking ball from Hamels, but Ibar able to check his swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole's last appearance was against the Detroit Tigers. The wrap-up of that 3-game series. Hamels worked 6 innings, gave up 6 runs on 7 hits. Rangers, though, won that ball game 7-6. Another sharp breaking ball, and Ibar evens the count at 2-2. ...161 hits this year for Ibar. That's the 2nd highest total of his career. He is 1 for 3 against Cole Hamels in previous matchups. Chopper to third, Beltre on the short hop. 1 out. And this crowd cheering the first out like it's the 9th out, last out of the 9th inning. They are fired up, ready to go here this afternoon.
Yeah, we didn't do the game yesterday, Buzz, but watching it on TV, it looked like the crowd was fired up yesterday. A little bit of a letdown, obviously, at the end of the game, but they're right back in full force with just as much energy to start this one off. Hoping the Rangers can close it out today.
Well, I guess the prevalent question down in the clubhouse was, you guys have a hangover from yesterday? If you ask that of the crowd, they'd give you a resounding no.
No, they don't.
They are ready to go. Cole Calhoun, a swing and a miss, 0-1. Calhoun, a .257 average, 26 home runs, 83 driven in. He went back-to-back with Ibar, starting off that 9th inning yesterday. Calhoun, that 26th home run into the right field home run porch. Rangers in a modified overshift. Elvis up the middle about 4 steps to the third base side of second. On the outside corner, it is 0-2. The crew chief, by the way, Gary Cederstrom, is calling the balls and strikes here this afternoon. Calhoun back in. Hamels to the wide. The 0-2 pitch. Call strike 3. Throws him like a Sara Lee cheesecake.
Well, he threw it exactly where Chris had his glove. Perfect pitch.
Well, that's pretty right there. Chris just sticking that glove right there, not moving it an inch after he made the catch. So 2 gone. Here's Mike Trout. He takes strike 1. And Cole Hamels a little fired up today. 95 in the first inning. Got some extra adrenaline going. Trout a 298 average. Down to the count, 0-2.
And followed that 95 up with a great changeup.
Now the crowd in the first inning on their feet. 0-2 pitch. Shot foul. You would probably have to go back to 2011. Last time we had a crowd here at Globe Life Park that was on their feet in the first inning.
Yeah, no kidding.
Another 0-2. Trout 41 home runs this year, 90 RBI. Rangers actually have done a pretty good job containing him in this series. Hamels back to him. Ripped to left field. That is down the line for a base hit. Hamilton cuts it off but drops it, and that allows Trout to easily get in second. He was probably going to end up there anyway. But the drop just ensured there would be no play at second. So Trout, with a 2-out double, has himself in scoring position for Albert Pujols.
Well, hit a pretty good pitch. Not much you can do there. He probably threw that where he wanted to. Down, not a strike, out of the strike zone. I guess the only thing you might say to Mike Trout is throwing up and out of the strike zone, but still, tough to argue with that pitch.
A 1-on, 2-out. Here's Pujols, a 244 average. Pujols, the one Angel that's had a significant number of at-bats against Cole Hamels. Pujols 26 at-bats. He has had 6 hits. 2 of those 6 have left the ballpark. At 231 average. Now these are also postseason figures that I'm giving you. That number at the bottom of your screen doesn't include postseason. 1-0 pitch. Hit well to left center field. DeShields back at the wall. That ball's gone. Albert Pujols with his 40th home run of the year, and the Angels are out in front 2-0.
Boy, after the strikeout of Calhoun, it looked like Cole was on a roll to get a nice quick inning. Got ahead of Trout with 2 strikes, a fastball and a changeup. And Trout hit a pretty good pitch for a double. And this one comes back right near the center of the plate. Cole is probably trying to tail that ball away. Instead, it cut toward the middle of the plate, and Pujols with his 40th home run. He was ready for it.
Now C.J. Cron takes strike 1. Well, we're Pujols just the 3rd Angel player in their franchise history to have 40 home runs. Joins teammate Mike Trout and Troy Glaus. Oh, 2 to Cron. Pretty solid contact. Phantom cam showing you very little wiggle in that bat. Beltre across the diamond, and that'll do it. Well, the Angels gone in the first, but 2 runs on 2 hits. Albert Pujols with his 40th home run of the year with Trout aboard. After a half inning, the Angels 2, the Rangers coming up. And Rangers coming to bat. Tom's going to tell you about the Southwest Airlines Rangers batting order.
Delino DeShields will lead off, followed by Shin-Soo Choo. Shin-Soo has a career-matching 22 home runs on the season. Prince Fielder is 3rd. Adrian Beltre, a .420 hitter in his last 22 ball games, is the cleanup hitter. Mitch Moreland is 5th. Josh Hamilton launched his 200th career home run yesterday. He's batting 6th. Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, is 7th. Rougned Odor is 8th, and the catcher batting 9th is Chris Jimenez.
And that lineup facing the hard-throwing right-hander Garrett Richards. Power fastball and a curveball. Very good hard curveball and a changeup. He is their horse, and they have a chance on short rest to get him back out there. So Delino to Shields, a 258 average starting things up. And just a little bit outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Delino, a couple of home runs, 37 driven in, 1 for 3 in his career against Garrett Richards. Delino on this homestand has gone 4 for 18. It's the 7th game of this homestand, 3 against Detroit. Of course, this is the 4th game against the Angels. 3-1 pitch. Full count. Well, Delino trying to start off by getting aboard here in the first inning. Shin-Soo Choo is next. Richards with a payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Well, that may be an indication of what Garrett Richards thinks about his stuff in the early going.
Yeah.
Very rarely would you see a guy with his stuff throw a 3-2 breaking ball to the leadoff hitter in a ball game.
No kidding.
Take a look at the Angel defense here this afternoon. Victorino, Trout, and Calhoun left, center, and right. Angels 10th in the American League in fielding, a .984 percentage. Crone, Giovatello, Ibar, and Freeze around the infield with Carlos Perez catching. So a leadoff walk. Rangers get their top man aboard. Here is Shin-Soo Choo. 1 ball, no strikes. Choo, a 275 average. You got Delino over there at first. The Angels in an overshift. They have Ibar playing about 4 or 5 steps on the first base side of second. And David Freese, the lone Angel, on the third base side. And Carlos Perez quickly out to talk to Garrett Richards. You know, Tom, I think part of the deal sometime when you're working on short rest, Garrett Richards has only had 3 days in between starts as opposed to 4. Sometimes it's more of a mental adjustment. You talk yourself into thinking, well, I'm not going to have my good stuff, or I'm not going to do this or not going to do that, instead of just going out there and seeing what you do have to begin with. It's inside. And if you change according to what you think you might have, you're messing yourself up without need sometimes. Yeah. He walked to Shields. He's fallen behind 3-0 to Choo. Another little indication that Richards' head isn't exactly where it should be. On a 3-0 pitch, you're going to take a toss over to first base. I don't think Delino's going to go anywhere. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks start things off, and it's going to garner a visit from Mike Butcher. But just like that, the Rangers able to get the first 2 men aboard. And we'll go back to the Tuesday and Wednesday night games against the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers jumped out to 2-0 leads in both those games. Rangers came right back on Tuesday to tie it, and on Wednesday to take the lead in the bottom of the first. Well, we may have deja vu all over again.
Let's hope so.
Gary Cederstrom, the umpire, going to go out there and throw his 2 cents worth in. See Ibar being pretty demonstrative out there on the mound, talking to Garrett Richards. Sometimes those veteran infielders that come in and talk to a pitcher are not real nice. Not as tactful as...
You saying that from experience?
Yeah. Yeah, not as tactful as pitching coach is sometimes. Here's Prince Fielder batting at .305. At 23 home runs, 96 driven in. Ball 1. And let's check in with John Radigan.
Just wanted to let you know the Diamondbacks strike first in that game against the Astros. A.J. Pollock with a solo shot in the first inning, and the Diamondbacks lead it already 1-0 in the bottom of the first, guys.
How about that? I think that's the first lead the Diamondbacks have had in that series. Fielder fouling off that 96-mile-an-hour fastball the other way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Prince 7 out of 17, as you can see, against Garrett Richards. He has had pretty good success against this hard thrower. Got the Shields at second, Chew at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. 2-1. Garrett Richards, who grew up in Edmond, Oklahoma, went to the University of Oklahoma. The high set and the 2-1 pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Could have been ball 3. Could have been a line drive somewhere too.
Yeah. The 2-2 coming. Base hit to left field. Delino being waved around third. He is in to score. Fielder with an opposite field RBI single. It's a 2-1 Angels lead, and the Rangers coming right back.
He was late on the first pitch that he fouled off. He missed a high fastball. And like he's done all season long, he's got a 2-strike approach. Well, maybe he takes a little bit off his swing, and maybe he's trying to make a little contact, hit the ball where it's pitched. Still have a little bit of a shift on against him. He gets the high fastball that he missed, and he hits a ground ball to shortstop to pick up a run.
A run producer is Prince Fielder, his 97th RBI. A 2-1 Angel lead. Here's Adrian Beltre to try and get at least the Rangers even. Curveball is in for strike 1. Adrian at 286 average. That's the highest he has been this year. 17 home runs, 80 RBI. A 265 average with a home run against Garrett Richards. Chew at second, Fielder at first. To right field, Calhoun has a bead drawn on it, makes the catch. Chew had started to go to third base and couldn't get back to second in time to tag up. He will stay at second. There's now 1 out, and Mitch Moreland will come up.
Well, too bad Adrian hit that ball right on the nose. Line drive right straight to Calhoun. And Shin-Su's first reaction, seeing the line drive, is to try to score on a base hit. And now it's too late to get back and tag up.
Oh, 1 away, and Mitch Moreland now will step in. Mitch 5 out of 19 against Richards. 278. He is tied with Fielder for the home run leadership. 23 of them, 84 RBI for Mitch. Strike 1.
Had a hard time getting his fastball over, so he is going to the breaking ball. Through Adrian 2 straight breaking balls, starts Mitch off with 1 as well.
Moreland 6 RBI, or make that 8 RBI this year against the Angels in 17 games. He's got the tying run out there at second. Nothing and 2. Garrett Richards able to turn that curveball into a slider sometimes by throwing it harder. That last one he took something off, hit it into a slower curveball. He's got the advantage over Moreland right now. Chew away from second, Fielder from first. Probably hear Gary Cedarson barking out time as he walked out from behind home plate. Crowd filling in most of the empty seats here at Globe Life Park. No balls, 2 strikes. There was the slider speed pitch. Still 0-2. Just enough tilt to it to get Mitch over the top. Richards, a long stare into Carlos Perez. Now the right-hander is ready. In the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brown obeying the command of Old Wyatt Park, Chuck Morgan. He says, get loud, and they comply. Very good. You got these fans trained, Chuck. Nice going. Just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was all breaking balls until that pitch. And he tried to sneak that 96-mile-an-hour fastball in on the outside corner. And he missed with it.
The overshift on against Mitch, and Moreland not at all opposed to taking a ball to shortstop in a run-producing scenario. Fouled straight down. Still 2-2.
Well, you always say, Buzz, the more curveballs you throw, the better chance you've got of sooner or later hanging one. That's what Mitch is waiting for right here. Most of them have been pretty good down there. Mitch hung in there with a foul ball, just ticked it. Well, maybe this is the one here that he gets up a foot higher.
Saw Chu at second. He walked to get aboard. Prince Fielder, the RBI single, is at first. Another 2-2. Low 3-2. Richards up to 24 pitches already here in the first inning. And Ranger fans let him have it. 3-2 with 1 out. Josh Hamilton in that on-deck circle, looming. Crowd again rising to their feet at Globe Life Park.
And a huge gap out in left center field. Left fielder shading toward the line. Ball, a hard ground ball to shortstop. In pretty good shape.
Payoff pitch to Moreland. Hit hard to center field. Trout going back, still going back, makes the catch right as he steps onto the warning track. Chu tags and moves to third. And Mitch Moreland gave that a pretty good ride to center field, and Trout, with his great closing speed, able to make the catch.
A nice at bat from Mitch. Saw a lot of really good pitches. He fouled off some of the best ones. Then he did get the curveball up just a little bit higher. Outside part of the plate, and Mitch gave it a ride. Both outs. Very hard hit line drives. Trout ran that one down. The other one from Adrian was hit right at Calhoun.
Well, 2 away. Here's Hamilton, who had the big 2 home run game in yesterday's game. Josh, 253 with the average overall. Nothing in 1. Hamilton now with 8 home runs and 24 RBI. Josh making his 4th straight start and his 6th in his last 9 games. One ball and 1 strike. The game yesterday for Hamilton, his 10th career multi-home run game. And his 2nd of this year. He had one back in May against the Red Sox. Garrett Richards okays the sign. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Shin-Soo Choo down at third. Over at first, Prince Fielder. And the crowd continuing to grow and continuing to raise the noise level. Two and two. Hamilton with his 200th career home run yesterday. Two balls, two strikes, two on and two out. 3 and 2.
Got him to swing one, tried it again. Played off that one, though.
The Rangers did a pretty good job here in that first inning of making Garrett Richards work. 30 pitches already. The inning is not quite over for the right-hander. 16 balls, 14 strikes. So with 2 outs now, Prince Fielder will get a running start from first. And if Hamilton extends the inning, Elvis Andrus is in the on-deck circle. Richards ready. Fielder on the move, payoff pitch. A little tapper foul will reset and try it again. Take you back to yesterday. Hector Santiago hung a breaking ball. Matt Latos hung a fastball. Josh Hamilton hung on 2 home runs. Another 3-2 pitch coming. Got him swinging. Got him with a breaking ball, out recorded at first, and that'll do it for the Rangers. But took Garrett Richards 32 pitches. He gave up a run on a hit, left 2. After 1, 2-1 Angels.
Rangers Baseball Foundation would like to thank the fans for all their support this year. They helped impact 10,000 kids. And to find out more about that, log on to TexasRangers.com. All right, everybody up. Let's keep going. Standing all day long. Tom, where do we go?
All I know, Nazi, is why not us? Let's go, Rangers.
There we go. We're standing the whole game here, Buzz. Let's bring it on.
Need some of those energy drinks out there. I think they've already gotten into those. David Freese starting things off, and Cole Hamels here in the second. Pumps in strike 1. Freese, 260 average, 14 home runs, and 56 driven in. David Freese, 9 at bats against Hamels previously. 3 for 9 in those situations. Hamels back to the plate, and he gets a chopper foul. Freese 2 out of 11 in this series. Yesterday had both those hits, went 2 for 4 with a couple of runs scored. That 11-10 Angels win. Hamels with the 1-2, got him swinging. Good pitch down and in. Hamels gets his second strikeout. Looked like the cut fastball. Ran that down and in on Freese.
Locate it there to the right-hand hitters all day long. They're going to have a hard time laying off it, a hard time hitting it.
A 1 away, and Shane Victorino will now step in. Victorino did not play in yesterday's game. He's back in there today, 1 out of 4 in the first couple of games. Takes outside for ball 1. Victorino 227 overall with a home run and 7 driven in. A ball and a strike. Victorino came over from the Red Sox. Angels sent infielder Josh Rutledge to Boston. That was back on July 27th. Hard hit down the left field line. It is a fair ball. Hamilton's going to have to play a couple of caroms. Victorino at second will stop there. He is aboard with a one-out double. Victorino, with his 4th two-bagger of the year, is in scoring position.
Yeah, Victorino, he's a veteran guy. He's played on some pretty good teams. Not having much of an offensive year, but he gets a hanging curveball. Stays up right near the middle of the plate. Just barely able to keep it fair. Right down the left field line.
And Chuck flopping up there. So Victorino with the 3rd hit of the afternoon off of Cole Hamels. They've all gone for extra bases, 2 doubles and a home run. Carlos Perez, first ball swinging. And Shin-Soo Choo setting himself. Victorino tagging. He's going to advance to 3rd. And he will be there with 2 outs now for Johnny Giovotella. And before Giovotella steps in, let's send it over to John Radigan for a Mazda game break. All right, John, thank you. John Radigan will keep us updated all afternoon on the progress of that game in Phoenix, along with other pertinent scores. Blue Jays and Royals have a match going on. They are. Let's go back to John Radigan. Thank you, John.
Really talking about A.J. Pollock. He's the guy that we don't follow that much, but he's having a heck of a year for Arizona.
And Giovotella skies out to Shin-Soo Choo. That'll do it. So the one-out double, no damage, as Cole Hamels works around it. An inning and a half in the books. The Angels 2, the Rangers 1. UV sign and go event is happening now at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. Beautiful October afternoon here at Globe Life Park. Rangers trying to ensure that this isn't the last Sunday afternoon October date that they have at home. The easiest way to do that is win here this afternoon. That takes all the suspense out of what's going on in Phoenix. Rangers would be Western Division champions. They would play either Kansas City or Toronto beginning on Thursday.
Well, one thing good about it, Buzz, is both games started at the same time, so you don't have to sit around and wonder what's going to happen in the other game. The other game very easily could be over before this one.
Yep.
The Rangers would know exactly what the situation is.
Well, that's one thing Major League Baseball did this year. Elvis hits a 2-hopper to freeze. They had every game on this final Sunday start at the same time.
Smart.
Whether East Coast, West Coast, didn't matter.
That's a great idea.
There was some talk about, well, games on the West Coast that are in the late afternoon, the games on the East Coast are already finished, and there may not be incentive for a team to win. It may not make any difference. So everybody starts the same time, which was 2 o'clock Central Time this year.
Yeah, good idea.
The lone exception was the Cardinals and Braves, who had to play a doubleheader today. They got rained out yesterday. Rougned Odor, a .263 average. 16 home runs, 61 driven in. He hits a line drive to right, but Cole Calhoun is there. And Rougned, a solid out, 2 gone. No, both starting pitchers had first inning difficulties today, and Cole Hamels set it down nicely, and now Garrett Richards has retired the first 2 Rangers here in his second inning. Chris Jimenez, Ranger catcher, will step in. Chris with a .253 average. He has been playing some good baseball for the Rangers behind the plate and swinging the bat well as he takes high and tight. Chris, 5 home runs, 14 driven in. Those are both career highs for him. Also hit almost 300 in his last 10 games. It's a rocket off of Free's glove. It's going to go into foul territory, and Jimenez is going to be aboard with a 2-out single. Well, that was a low hooking rocket. So Chris threw down there to Freeze. It's going to be a base hit.
Fastball inside part of the plate. Did a great job of getting a good part of the bat on that ball.
The second Ranger hit of the afternoon. One on with 2 out and back to the top of the order. No liner to Shields. Shields walked and scored in the first inning. And he takes strike 1 from Richards. Delino is 4 for his last 22 times to the plate, but sits safely in 17 of his last 20 ball games. Go back over the longer haul. As Richards features the breaking ball again, it's 0-2. Rangers here at home, 42-38 this year, and that may not sound like a great home record, but when you consider where they were 2 months ago, that is a lot of great work in this ballpark. Rangers, since the 29th of July, have gone 26-10 at home. Second best mark in all of baseball. Chopper foul. Will come back and try it again. Rangers in that span here at home have scored almost 6 runs a game, 5.8. Team ERA is right at 3.8. That's usually a formula for pretty good success. Another 0-2 pitch is coming. Base hit to left field. Delino got a pitch up. Looked like a hanging breaking ball, and he rifled back to left.
Well, that's one thing you love to see. The bottom of the order gets a little 2-out rally started, and now Richards has to face Chu with a couple of men on.
Richards hanging that breaking ball on the inside part of the plate, and Delino to Shields to thank you very much. The second Ranger hit of the inning, the third of the afternoon. 2 on, 2 out. Shin-Soo Choo walked in the first inning. Angels again in an overshift for Choo. Oh, he had a pitch to work with there and fouled it straight back. That high fastball that Choo was right on. Choo at 275, 22 home runs, 82 driven in. On the inside corner at the knees. 0-2. 382 in his last 35 home games. So the Rangers as a team have just been scalding here at home. Richards a check of second. Chu able to check his swing on the breaking ball. And Chu's 82 RBI this year, the most that he's had in a season since 2010. That year he drove in 90. That was with Cleveland. DeShields trailing Jimenez. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Chu. Got him swinging. Garrett Richards with the strikeout. That ends the second inning for the Rangers. No runs, 2 hits. And they lead 2. After 2, the Angels 2 and the Rangers 1. Season is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. You can enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and a whole lot more. Go to MLB.com at bat now. 2 innings have gone by at Globe Life Park. A 2-1 Angels lead. The Angels come to bat here in the third with the top of their order. Eric Ibar, Cole Calhoun, and Mike Trout to face Cole Hamels. Ibar grounded to third to start proceedings here this afternoon.
Ibar took a fastball for strike one the first pitch of the game, but he wasn't about to take one right there. Cole threw him a changeup and kind of spoiled his plan of attack to ambush the first fastball he saw.
Figured he took that one fastball. That was his quota for today.
Yeah, he was not going to take that one.
In tight, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, one of the reasons that Eric Ibar is not ensconced in that leadoff position full time is for that reason itself. He's pretty much a free swinger.
Yep.
Good changeup floats in from Hamels. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ibar with 8 RBI this year at Globe Life Park. 432 average. Angels have pretty well beaten up the Rangers at both here and Angel Stadium. Angels this year have won 12 of the 18 previous matchups here. They are 7-2 in this ballpark against the Rangers. Mike Scioscia's club had a losing record against the Rangers until last year. Chops slowly to the right side, charging Odor, a bare hand, throws and got it.
What a play.
Oh, great play by Rougned Odor.
Love watching plays like that. An agile middle infielder on a dead run, going as fast as he could. Ball's not really rolling very slow when it gets to him. It's taking a little bounce. He fields it with all 4 fingers. Then on the dead run, has to flip it back toward first. Falls, rolls over, does a backward somersault, gets the out at first base. Beautiful to watch those athletes make those kind of plays.
That is. You're right about that. Poetry in motion.
It is.
A 1 out on a very nice play. And here's Cole Calhoun facing Cole Hamels. 1 ball and no strikes. Calhoun went down swinging, or went down looking, I should say, the first time. Hamels kind of locked him up with a pitch away. Pretty good off-speed pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hamels to the wind. Nice second hop up to Elvis, about waist high. 2 gone. And with the bases empty and 2 outs, Mike Trout coming up. We're going to send it over to John Radigan for a Mazda game break. All right, John, thank you. Well, here's Mike Trout, who got that 2-run first started with a 2-out double. Take strike 1. Hamels threw him a 2-2 changeup that didn't quite get away enough, even though it was down below the knees. Trout pretty good down there. He went out and got it, raked it into left. A ball and a strike this time up. But Trout now hitting at an even 300 for the year. Two and 1. Hamels to the plate, and he bounces that one in. 3 balls and a strike. Well, Trout hitting third. The guy that is swinging a hot bat in this series, Albert Pujols, looming in that on-deck circle. Rangers now with a 3-1 count. They'll have Rougned Odor go on the shortstop side of second. Off speed and in. It fills the count. And the crowd Again, trying to get behind Cole Hamels. Payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Just missed that corner. And Trout draws the 2-out walk. Mike Maddox and Jeff Bannister talking about things, probably talking about that sequence of pitches you just saw Hamels work on Trout with. Albert Pujols lashed a long home run to straightaway center field his first time up, or just to the left of straightaway center. It's this one well to center field. This one playable. The liner to Shields camped under it, puts it away, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We played 2.5. The Angels lead 2-1. Bridge fielder coming to bat when we come back. The Angels on top of the Rangers by 1. Non-stop action, or maybe some heart-pounding excitement, and historic performances. You won't want to miss the 2015 postseason starting October the 6th. Go to MLB.com/postseason and get a full broadcast schedule. Now the Angels leading the Rangers 2-1. Prince Fielder starting off the Ranger 3rd inning. Garrett Richards with the pitch down and in for ball 1 for Richards. That was pitch number 47 of the afternoon. Prince Fielder took a 3-2 pitch his first time up and shot it to left for an RBI single. That's the only Ranger run thus far. An off-speed pitch catches the outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. A Fielder now hitting at 306. Prince entered play this afternoon, 6th in the American League in the batting race. Miguel Cabrera kind of running away with things. He was in a 10-point lead on Xander Bogaerts for the AL crown. 1-2. That'll even things up. A release came out just before the game today about times, in case you were thinking about it, for tomorrow, if there needed to be a game to decide either the wild card / division series, division winner, Prince is down on strikes, or if it were the Angels and the Astros for the wild card only. The one would begin at 2:35 tomorrow afternoon. Let's go over to John Radigan with a Monster Game Break. All right, John, thank you. Barring a huge comeback, Toronto would be the opponent, Kansas City. The other possibility looks like they'll get the top seed. Beltre to center, and that's where Mike Trout is positioned for out number 2. Back to John quickly.
First baseman, Moreland.
And that home field advantage throughout the American League playoffs, they have done their part thus far. In the bottom of the 3rd, the Royals lead it 5-0 over the Twins, guys.
All right, John, thank you. Well, 2 away, the bases are empty for Mitch Moreland. Moreland sent Mike Trout back to the warning track in dead center field his first time. Hauled in that long drive.
Yeah, the Rangers got a run in the first, but they had a chance for a big inning. They had a couple of men on, a run in, nobody out. Beltre hit a line shot to right field. Mitch hit that ball right to the wall in center field. They were only able to get the 1 run. But with men on base, they had a couple of hard hit balls that were caught.
Richards with the 0-1 pitch to Moreland. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anyway, as I was mentioned about that tiebreaker game for tomorrow, if one is necessary, the Astros and Rangers had to meet. They would meet here at Globe Life Park at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. And if it's the Angels and Astros, they would meet at Minute Maid Park tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. Rangers, of course, hope that for their part that's not necessary. It's a pretty good rip and a foul back. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garrett Richards, 56 pitches this afternoon. 34 strikes, 22 balls. Moreland back in the batter's box. Angels in an overshift. The infield playing Moreland way around to the right. The outfield shading Mitch toward left. Up the middle, that is a bullet into center field. Richards got one down and out over the plate, and it's Moreland almost undressed Garrett Richards.
Yeah, Mitch has had 2 good at-bats. He's behind 0-2 the first time up. Richards threw him a wide assortment of pitches, breaking balls, fastballs. That time Mitch got a fastball to hit. Boy, he drove it right back through the middle. It's pretty good to see all those slower breaking balls and then get the mid-90s fastball and just rip it.
So Moreland aboard. Rangers now with 4 hits this afternoon off Richards. Here's Josh Hamilton. Hamilton struck out his first time up. Ball 1 is low. Lack of wiggle in that bat tells you got pretty good contact on it. Garrett Richards reacted, but the ball was already in center field by the time he reacted to it.
Gosh. Right, Les.
No, I was just saying, able to check his swing.
Yeah, that's what he's going to have to do. Be ready for those off-speed pitches down and out of the strike zone. That's what he saw the first time up. And I'm sure Richards knows that if he throws the ball up in the strike zone, Josh got a chance to hit it like he did yesterday.
Yep.
And the worst thing that can happen if he throws it down and out of the strike zone is that he takes it for a ball.
2-0.
He's just going to keep throwing him down there. As a hitter, it's hard to force yourself to say, okay, it's 2-0. He's not going to do anything but throw me a strike. And then when he throws one a little out of the strike zone, you've already made your mind up that you're going to swing at it.
Richards checks Moreland at first. And another breaking ball, this one to the outside corner. John Radigan again.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks loaded the bases in the 3rd inning, Buzz, but failed to score. We're headed to the 4th inning. We're still tied at 1, Astros and Diamondbacks.
Wow. Thanks, John. 2-2 the count to Hamilton. Off the end of the bat. That's back into the seats.
Did you happen to watch the last inning of Max Scherzer's no-hitter yesterday?
I did, yeah.
Boy, you talk about a dominating game. He was throwing 96 miles an hour, struck out, going into the last batter 9 straight.
Yeah.
17 strikeouts. He only threw like 109, 110 pitches.
Right.
Boy.
Well, so much the idea that it takes a lot more pitches to strike people out.
Yeah. What a fastball he had.
And checks his swing that time. Now, speaking of Scherzer, he's the subject of our Kubota Power Stats this afternoon. Scherzer, the 2nd no-hitter this season yesterday against the Mets. 17 strikeouts. That ties Nolan Ryan's record for most strikeouts in a no-hitter. Nolan did that against the Tigers back in '73. That was also the last time for a pitcher to throw 2 no-hitters in the same season, regular season. Nolan did that against the Tigers and against the Kansas City Royals. Moreland will be on the move. The payoff pitch. And Hamilton fouls it off. Now here are the 6 pitchers throughout history that have thrown no-hitters in the same season. 2 no-hitters. Johnny Vandermeer, of course, his were back-to-back. Allie Reynolds, Virgil Trucks, Nolan Ryan, Roy Halladay, and Max Scherzer. Halladay's was his second one was in the playoffs that year. 3-2. Moreland again will be on the move. Call strike 3. Came back with a fastball after all the off-speed stuff, and Josh couldn't pull the trigger, so he is gone. Rangers stranded a runner on a hit after 3, 2-1 Angels. Gear. The official team stores are in Fort Worth Sundance Square and out here at the majestic Grand Slam shop at Globe Life Park. For hours and information, visit TexasRangers.com/retail. From worst to first, Jeff Bannister, the AL Manager of the Year. Yeah, pretty good chance I think that's going to happen. It has been quite a year for the rookie skipper. It's also been quite a year for our guest coming in the booth right now. That's Mark McLemore. Mac, good to see you. You've had a great year.
Thank you.
You really have.
You guys have too.
You've been... It's one of your best years.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to let you know what kind of year you've had after this game.
You mean if we score some runs in the next half inning?
Yeah. No, I'm going to give you the whole game, not just your 2 innings.
All right.
And I'm going to hold Buzz and myself accountable to the same standard.
Okay.
All right.
We either win the West or we've had a bad year.
I like that.
Beltre throws out Crone, 1 away. You know, that's amazing. You go into 8 months of all this work, and it comes down to one game. We're going to get judged by the outcome of it.
Well, we all have our different criteria that we use.
That's true.
Now, when we were 8-16, I might not have used that same criteria.
Probably not, huh?
Or when it was 21-5 Yankees, I might not have used that criteria. But this is where we are now.
Yeah, and how many of us thought when it was 21-5 Yankees, we'd be sitting here in 162 talking about, well, we play tomorrow, or we play Tuesday, or we play Thursday.
Well, whatever we want to admit, I don't think anyone would be able to say they wouldn't have said we'd be very happy to be sitting here in this situation right now.
But did we think it was going to happen? Probably not.
I don't know.
It'd be tough to raise your hand and say, I did.
The only ones that I'll give credit for thinking that way would be everyone in uniform down in the dugout. If they say that, then I'll go with them on that. Because I think you have to feel that way in the dugout. But for those of us that sit afar, watch the games, second guess, get too high, get too low, most of us didn't feel that way.
You mean the ones on the roller coaster?
No, it's amazing when you get out of uniform, you pretty much turn into a fan. And you know, it's hard to chastise the fans for getting down on the team when things are bad and getting sky high when things are good, when we're sitting here doing the same thing.
Right there with them.
You know? We're nothing more than fans, too.
3's gone on strikes. 2 gone. Well, I don't know about you, but I feel much more pressure sitting up here watching these guys. More pressure of the outcome of the game. And I got nothing to say about it.
Nothing. You know, playing when you're in that situation, I didn't feel that kind of pressure.
No, I didn't either.
You know, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking this morning, okay, we got to get them early in the first couple innings, get that starter out there, let's do this. I'm running through the whole game. And as a player, you're just like, okay, here's what I need to do.
Let's go do it.
Yeah, that's it.
And then just think back to yesterday. When that 9th inning started, how sky high you were saying, I wish we were here for the celebration. And then what you felt like when the last out was made.
That was a nice quick 1-2-3 inning for Cole Hamels and the Rangers. We finished 3.5. Angels 2, Rangers 1.
Of the 4th, and this team has become very resilient over the course of this season, and Jeff Bannister says bouncing back from yesterday's gut-wrenching loss is part of its DNA.
These guys have climbed a mountain taller than most teams would care to even try to, and they're sitting in a position right now to still have an opportunity to do something great. How we get there, everybody wants to write their own story on how we're supposed to get there, but how we get there is really going to be the story that gets written. Can't be written yet, but I believe in these guys, I believe in this coaching staff, and I believe in all the things that we've been capable of doing to this point.
And I know I can't write it, but if I could, I'd write it being over, at least the American League West portion of it today, fellas.
We would too, Em. That's what we're writing.
Elvis started things off. Andrews 0-for-1 with a ground ball to third, his first time. Down to the count very quickly. No balls and 2 strikes to Gary Richards. Richards back to him. Call strike 3. Elvis turned into a window shopper.
The second baseman,
That is 5 strikeouts now for Garrett Richards.
Nice pitch. 95-mile-an-hour fastball with a little cutting action right on the very part of the outside corner.
Well, Richards now will face Rugdet Odor. Rugdet hit the ball right on the nose his first time up, line to right field. Rangers have had several of those today. Beltre and Moreland in the first inning both lined out. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Odor's 16 home runs, 3rd in the American League among second basemen. Takes that one in for a strike. Odor got his 16th yesterday. He and Josh Hamilton leaving the ballpark in the 7th inning yesterday. He gave the Rangers at that point the 10-6 lead. 2-2. And let's check in with John Radigan.
Yeah, hey, Buzz, the Astros got Marwin Gonzalez and Chris Carter on base in the 4th inning, but Colby Rasmus struck out looking to end the frame, and it stays 1-1 as they strand 2 in their half of the 4th, guys.
Okay, John.
Glad to hear it, John. Thanks for the update.
Chopper to first, right at the bag. Cron makes the catch, tags first. That is out number 2. Now Chris Jimenez will come up. Looks like Garrett Richards, after a 32 pitch first inning, has settled in pretty well. Rangers let him off the hook a bit. Tom, as you mentioned, they had first and second, nobody out, a run across already, and couldn't get any more. But he's settled in pretty well now.
Yep. Well, hit a couple balls hard, but couldn't find a hole with either one of them.
Chris Jimenez had a base hit off of David Free's glove down at 3rd his first time. Chris now hitting in an even 260. One ball and 1 strike. Richards to the wind and drops another breaking ball in. Garrett Richards, the 27-year-old right-hander, goes to the wind and comes back to the plate with a high fastball. 2-2 the count. Infield against Jimenez, a couple of steps around to the left. The outfield shading him slightly the opposite way. Back to the screen goes that check swing foul.
They were back to the first inning when he was around 30 pitches in the first inning. He was about even balls and strikes, somewhere right around 15 and 15, 16 and 14. Since that time, he started to throw a lot of strikes. He's thrown 20 more strikes than balls now. So the last 3 innings, he's pretty much got it back together.
Right off the end of the bat, back to Richards. And that will do it. So for the first time this afternoon, Garrett Richards sends the Rangers down in order after 4. It's still the Angels 2 and the Rangers 1. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Mazda. In every car we make, you'll see why driving matters. Cole Hamels out on top of the hill, and Ranger fans cheering on Cole and their hometown Rangers. Angels leading right at the moment at 2-1. Cole Hamels here in the 5th inning will face Carlos Perez, Johnny Giovotella, and Eric Ibar.
That on the right was by far the best half of the Kurt Deichert family. That's not even a contest.
Carlos Perez, a fly ball to right field. His first time to the plate. Hamels made him jackknife to get out of the way of that inside pitch. 1-1. Perez with 4 home runs, 21 driven in. It's this one well to left field. Hamilton toward the corner. Josh pulls up to make the grab. Carlos Perez tomahawking that ball out there, and Josh able to track it down.
You know, we're talking about Perez came over from the Astros in the trade for Hank Conger. Hank Conger really is a backup catcher in Houston behind Jason Castro. And not only did they get Perez, they got Nick Tropiano, who can project as a young starting pitcher in the future. So that trade, we talked about that the other night. That trade looks like a pretty good deal for the LA Angels of Anaheim.
Johnny Giavotella skied to right. That ended the second inning. He takes strike 1 here. Giavotella 273 with 4 home runs, 49 driven in. 0-2. Cole Hamels getting it together. We talked about Garrett Richards getting it together. Hamels, since that first inning, has allowed 1 hit and 1 walk, and that's been it.
He got that pitch over the middle of the plate to Pujols, and that's the 2 runs.
Just a little bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, wrong guy in this series to get the ball in the middle of the plate to.
A few guys you can get away with it on. He's not on.
No. He's been doing it for a while too. He knows how to go about that. Got him swinging. Cole Hamels with his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. 2 away from the top of the order, and Eric Ibar. Get a great look at that grip, circle changeup grip right there. The thumb and forefinger making that circle on the ball, and then the other 3 fingers on the ball to take the speed off for him. Ibar has grounded out twice. Got low bridge on that fastball.
He thought that was going to hit him. He got leaning into the ball and just dropped his bat and was waiting for it.
He knew he had nowhere to go.
1-0 pitch to center field. Delino to Shields coming on, makes the grab. That'll do it. 7 straight now sent down by Cole Hamels. Angels gone in order. We played half the ball game. It's the Angels 2 and the Rangers 1 with the Shields, Jew, and Fielder coming up.
So the pitcher gets a double to put men on second and third, and the other pitcher balked in a run.
Wow.
Take it.
You better believe it.
The colors are probably so flabbergasted the other pitcher got a base hit, he had to block him.
That's right.
Delino to Shields a butt out in front of the plate. And Carlos Perez throws him out. Now Delino using that speed almost got it out there, but the ball stayed on the dirt.
Great try by Delino. Just didn't get it out quite far enough. And Carlos Perez looks pretty good behind that plate. Bouncing out, picking up that ball. Nice little spin there. Just another foot or 2. Perez has to put that ball in his pocket.
Delino now back to the dugout, 1 for 2 this afternoon. Shin-Soo Choo, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, steps in. 0-1. Choo's walk, as you see, came back in the first. He struck out in the second inning. Makes that breaking ball a bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Angels 2 runs on 3 hits today. The Rangers 1 run on 4 hits. Neither ball club has committed an error. up the middle. Ibar a long way to go. He'll have no play.
How about that?
The overshift, and that just a basic ground ball to shortstop. An infield single with one out.
Shoe hit that ball off of his knuckles. Fortunately, Ibar was on the second base side of the bag and had no play. That's like you said, a routine ground ball to short.
Kind of like that two-run single that you hit yesterday to short. Kind of chunked it. No, 1 on, 1 out for Prince Fielder. Fielder an RBI base hit in the first inning. Popped up the first pitch. Richards got it in on him, and Ibar chasing Freeze away. Makes the grab for out number 2. Prince on his way back to the dugout kind of stopped. He wanted to see on the big screen out there in right field exactly where that pitch was. I think it kind of fooled him. Got in on him a little bit faster than he thought it was going to. So 2 out. Here's Adrian Beltre. Beltre line to right, fly to center today. 0 for 2. 285 average for the Ranger third baseman. One ball, no strikes. And there's the overall ball and strike breakdown for you. 54 strikes now on 31 balls out of 85 pitches. Jared Richards, 32 pitches in the first inning total, and just about half and half at that time. So he's settled down very well. They'll try a drive. High and deep to right field. Calhoun back. Goodbye. Adrian Beltre going opposite field. The Rangers lead it 3-2. There's El Capitan again.
Look at that. Imagine Adrian Beltre coming up big again. 2 more RBIs. Adrian not trying to do too much with the pitch. Garrett Richards, they're trying to throw him away. The outfield's playing him away. And just stays with it. The breaking ball hung out over the middle of the plate and drives it to right field. That's hard to do.
Had the same pitch the first time up and hit a line drive right at the right fielder. That time he got it up in the air and hit it over the right fielder.
Adrian Beltre with his 413th career home run.
And, you know, as you kind of alluded to, Mac, when we were talking about Adrian, if someone was to say someone's going to hit a 2-run homer to put the Rangers ahead in the middle of the game, if you had to pick which Ranger it would be, there's your choice right there.
Beltre now 50th all-time on the home run list. He moves ahead of Alfonso Soriano. That home run going out at 355 feet. A lot of fist pumping going on in that Ranger dugout. With good reason.
Wasn't just in the dugout.
Yeah, you all right? You jumped up
good.
here.
I'm
Okay.
good.
A great look through our Phantom cam about the solid contact that Adrian Beltre got going the other way. And Mitch, who has hit the ball hard a couple of times, fouls that next pitch off. Still 2-2. Darvish on the right side of your screen. Ryan Rua there talking with Adrian Beltre, the man of the moment, the man of the year, whatever you want him to be the man of, he is. Pitch caught on strikes. But Adrian Beltre turns this ball game around. After 5 complete outs, Adrian Beltre and the Rangers 3, the Angels 2. Mac, thanks for joining us. It's been a great year for you. And for all of us, we appreciate it. We'll see you after the ball game on Rangers Live.
All right, guys, thanks.
Park Rangers have taken a 3-2 lead, and we'll take time now for our Coors Timeless Moment. We'll take you back in time to this date in 2005. John Daniels is promoted to the general manager of the Texas Rangers, becoming the youngest GM in Major League history. 28 years and 41 days. And here we are 10 years later. John Daniels on the threshold of yet another division title. Well, Cole Hamels goes to work to Cole Calhoun and fires strike one.
A big inning right here. The Rangers score 2. You come back for the top of the 6th, and you face Calhoun, Trout, Pujols, and Cron. Toughest part of the lineup.
Calhoun is struck out and grounded out this afternoon. He takes that slow breaking ball. It is 0-2. And this is where, if you're Cole Hamels, you probably want to take the bull by the horns here and just shut this thing down and go out there and dominate these Los Angeles Angels. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're being a veteran this time of the year and this game and this time of this game. You really want to, as Jeff Bannister said, put your foot down. Put it right on the Angels' throat. Calhoun a 256 average as Hamels reads the signs. The 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. 5 strikeouts for Hamels. 1 away.
No, I think, Buzz, as you look at the scoreboard, one of the things to keep in mind, and that looks really good right now, is Cole's pitch count. Yep. He's only thrown 65 pitches, and the thing that Jeff Bannister kind of said before the game, he didn't have a game plan for the bullpen. He was gonna wait and see how the game unfolded and make his decisions as he saw fit. But the one thing we do know is that Dyson and Tolleson have pitched 5 days in a row, and Trout gets hit by a breaking ball. So it'll be interesting to see how the bullpen is used today, and it'll be interesting to see if Cole even needs the bullpen.
And Jeff Bannister talking to Joey Probinski upstairs to check the replay on that. It was fairly apparent by Trout's reaction he was hit, but is that the case? Yeah, got him right on that front toe. That's what he was hobbling around about. Right there. Again, the technological advances, the Phantom Cam showing you every little bit of that hit by pitch. Crystal clear. Well, 1 on with 1 out. Albert Pujols now will come up. Pujols with a 2-run home run back in the 1st inning. In the 3rd inning, flying to center field. Pujols now 40 home runs for the year. And he takes the changeup. It floats in for strike 1. Pujols, the 8th player in Major League history to have 40 or more home runs in 7 different seasons. That resume of his just keeps getting longer and longer. A little bit outside. A ball and a strike. Well, Pujols in this series now 7 for 14. He has scored 4 runs. He has 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 4 RBI. Hamels comes back. There's that cutter. And a backdoored it. 1-2. 14th all time is Albert Pujols on that home run list. 560. His stellar career. Crowd really getting into it now. 1-2 with 1 out. Double play ground ball. Elvis Odor. A jump throw, it's high and into the photographer's well, and Pujols will go down to second.
Whoa.
Rougned Odor had all afternoon to catch the ball, get away from the sliding Trout, and throw out Pujols. But he tried to do it quickly, as if there were a normal runner going down the line and threw it away.
Yeah, he got discombobulated. If there's ever a ball that's going to be an easy double play, number one, you've got Pujols running. Elvis gets it over there. And I think if Rougned just came across the bag normally, you're right, Buzz, he would have had a fairly easy throw to first base. Stays on the bag. And then tries to jump over Trout and couldn't locate the ball.
No, first error of the afternoon. It'll be up to Cole Hamels now to make sure that that doesn't impede the Rangers here this afternoon. You got Pujols at second base with 2 outs now. C.J. Cron will come up. That, by the way, has scored a fielder's choice and an error. The error allowing Pujols to go to second. And Cron skies to center field. So Hamels, with 1 pitch, is able to work around the error. That'll do it. Rangers gone in the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. After 5.5, it's now the Rangers 3 and the Angels 2. Sonic Slam inning brought to you by Sonic. Today's jackpot is worth $1,000 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. If a Ranger hits a home run during this inning, Jay Elstad from Cleburne will win $1,000. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam, Jay is going to take home $25,000. And our thanks to everyone who registered to play Sonic Slam with us this year. Josh Hamilton, first ball swinging, grounds out weakly to first base. That is out number 1. So Hamilton, who had struck out the 2 previous times, got jammed by Garrett Richards and rolls into the first out of the 6th inning. Going to bring up Elvis Andrus. Elvis today has grounded to third and struck out. Garrett Richards with 6 strikeouts through the first 5 innings. He had been cruising along pretty nicely until Adrian Beltre interrupted his sojourn. Beltre, the opposite field 2-run home run in the 5th to turn the game around. Elvis a .258 average. 0-1. Talked yesterday and mentioning Elvis, or I should say on Friday. Freeze picks off the bunt, throws low, but it's dug out by Cron. It's a nice play on both ends of that. Elvis gone. Out number 2, Rougned Odor coming up. And let's send it over to John Radigan for a Mazda game break. All right, John, thank you. Here it's the Rangers leading the Angels 3-2. Rougned Odor has lined to right and grounded to first. Almost squirted one off the end of the bat for extra bases. Rougned checking the end of that cupped bat to see if there's any damage. Hey, young lady, got a souvenir to take home and maybe share with her brother. Not sure that's going to happen, but it's okay. We'll see. 1 ball and 1 strike. Odor at .262 now. 61 RBI for the Rangers' second sacker. Two and one. And Garrett Richards getting near 100 pitches. That was 98 for the afternoon. He may be hitting that proverbial wall. Looks like his mechanics have gotten a little bit out of whack. The legs get tired first, and sometimes that leads to a little loss of balance. Mechanics get out of whack. 2-hopper out to Giovatelli. And that will do it as Richards able to rebound and get the Rangers out in order. We have finished 6 innings of play here at Globe Life Park. It's the Rangers 3 and the Angels 2. Pujols got the Angels going in the top of the first. His 40th home run of the year. That made it 2-0 Angels, but back came the Rangers. Prince Fielder with the RBI single. Scored to Leonard Shields, made it a 2-1 game. And then in the 5th inning, that man, the captain Adrian Beltre, going the opposite way, a 2-run blast, put the Rangers on top, 3-2. Adrian Beltre and the Rangers going into the top of the 7th inning now with that 1-run lead. Cole Hamels has taken over on the mound again. Has worked 6 quality innings here this afternoon. 2 runs on just 3 hits. Both runs coming in that 1st inning. He will face David Freese, Shane Victorino, and Carlos Perez here in the 7th. Freese, a shot foul. 0-1. Freese this afternoon has struck out both times that he has faced Cole Hamels. .258 average with 14 home runs. 1-1.
Cole's thrown 73 pitches, 51 strikes, 22 balls. Great ratio, low pitch count. We'll keep it going.
Elvis vacuums up that ball. 1 gone. And inning by inning, you see the 1st inning, the only questionable inning pitch count wise for Cole, 19, and that's when he gave up the 2 runs. 10 pitches, 15 pitches, and then single digits. As the Angels have been very cooperative about swinging once Cole established he was throwing strikes. And Nick Martinez, it's hard to tell whether Nick's out there loosening in earnest or whether he's getting some work in. First pitch to Shane Victorino is low for ball 1. Victorino has the last hit given up by Cole Hamels. That was a double in the 2nd inning. Cole drops in that changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, a lot of the Angel hitters are laying off the changeup, but the thing Cole's done with a lot of them is he's thrown it for a strike. He hasn't just depended on them swinging at the pitch out of the strike zone. Located it right at the bottom of the strike zone.
In tight to Victorino, it's 2-1. Now that, when you're able to do that and you can throw it at any time, then you get guys swinging at it more often eventually. Victorino, a .230 average. Hamels back to him. 3-1. Ken Bedrosian, right-hander, loosening in that Angel bullpen. Tough to know whether Garrett Richards is finished for the afternoon or not. Ball 4. That is the 2nd walk of the afternoon issued by Hamels. A 1-out pass. And Victorino, who has very good speed, is aboard for Carlos Perez. See Cole a little frustrated with probably with himself about that falling behind Victorino and then losing him. Perez has flied to right and lined to left. 0 for 2 this afternoon, hitting at .251. Hamels trying to figure out a way to get him to hit a ground ball at Elvis or Beltre. And Victorino, not quite the base runner he used to be. He's 34 now. But he still has the ability to steal you a base. He's 7 for 7 this year. A lot of concern being passed on to Quinn Walcott by the Angels about the move of Cole Hamels. Quinn Walcott, the first base umpire, said that's not a balk. But there's a lot of hollering coming from the Angel dugout as usual. Strike 1 to Perez. Ranger infield a step or so to the left for the right-handed hitting Perez. That's out of play. And Hamels quickly in front of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Anderson, Odor up a step. That double play depth. Elvis a couple of steps to his right. Cole studying the signs from Chris Jimenez. Pop foul down the first base side. That'll reach the seats. And the count remains 0-2. Perez in this series just 2 for 13. In his last 22 ball games for Carlos Perez, he's hit .347. The more playing time he has gotten, the better he has swung the bat. Got him swinging. Good changeup for a strikeout. 2 gone.
He's just had a great assortment of pitches so far in this ball game. He's had a good fastball, good velocity with it. He's thrown some good curveballs and some good changeups. And there's a great one right there.
So now Johnny Giovatello, the number 9 man, steps in. Giovatello has flied to right and struck out. 1 ball, no strikes. Giovatello had one of those 9th inning hits yesterday that enabled the Angels to come back and defeat the Rangers in that critical Saturday afternoon game. Giovatello with a 3-hit game in yesterday's contest. Rolls one up the middle. Elvis underhands to Odor for the force, and that'll do it. The Angels, no runs, no hits. The walker taken care of. Will take the stretch at Globe Life Park with the Rangers leading the Angels 3-2. And now let's join Chuck Morgan as he introduces God Bless America.
America.
Angels. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. Garrett Richards is finished for the afternoon, and Cam Bedrosian coming in for the 2nd time in this series. Bedrosian in his 34th appearance, 1-0 with a .486, a .298 opponent's average against Bedrosian. Worked 2/3 of an inning here on Thursday night. Gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. He's a 24-year-old from the Atlanta, Georgia area. And he is dealing to Chris Jimenez, starting off the Rangers 7th. It'll be Jimenez, DeShields, and Chu. Chris Jimenez, 1 out of 2. Had a 2nd inning single. And this, the buzz starting to build a little more here at Globe Life Park. Nearly a capacity crowd, well over 40,000 on hand this afternoon. And they are getting ready to explode here if the Rangers can close it out. A little bit of trepidation, though, considering what happened yesterday and the night before. It's understandable. But the way Cole Hamels is going this afternoon, the way the Rangers are swinging the bats, you have to feel pretty good about things right now. Jimenez a drive down the left field line. It hooks and goes foul. Chris has been for extra bases A couple of feet foul down that left field line. Just a little too much hook on it. So Chris back to the batter's box, grabbing that lumber on his way back. Rangers 3 runs on 6 hits this afternoon. The Angels have been held to 2 runs on 3 hits by Cole Hamels through 7 innings. Going outside. Garrett Richards, by the way, 6 hits in his 6 innings of work. All 3 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Jimenez waiting. Payoff pitch from Bedrosian. Inside, ball 4. And the Rangers get their leadoff man aboard. And let's send it over to John Radigan for a Mazda game break. All right, John, thank you. And that's significant in the terms of the wild card. Yankees, if they don't come back today, are going to end up with 87 wins. If they will be traveling to a West team unless they come back for the wild card game.
Boy, the whole season it looked like the Yankees were going to be hosting that very game.
Lino around a butt, takes a strike on the outside corner. Things have changed dramatically in the last 10 days. Delino, 1 out of 2 this afternoon. Last time tried to butt his way aboard with nobody on and was thrown out by Carlos Perez, the catcher. Here he's got Chris Jimenez at first with nobody out. More of a sacrifice situation for the Shields. The bunt is down. It's a good one. It's going to be out. Forget it. Stick it in your pocket. Once Delino got it on the grass, and Perez, the catcher, couldn't handle it. Nobody else had any chance to get him. The Shields with another bunt base hit. Delino, the leader in the American League in bunt base hits. That is now his 12th bunt single of the year.
The reason he's got a lot of those bunt hits is because they can't throw him out on a sacrifice bunt. Freese was way in at third base. He knew he was going to bunt. There's nothing, even if the pitcher doesn't get in his way, there's still nothing he can do about that. His speed is just too much to overcome if it's a good bunt.
No, that's going to do it for Dan Bedrosian with left-handers Chu and Fielder coming up. Mike Socia has gone out and made the call for Cesar Ramos. He wants the left-hander in. So a pitching change underway. Rangers making noise. 2 on, nobody out here in the 7th. We are back after this. Anytime. Get exclusive Rangers content and breaking news by following the team on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. Be the first to get updates and show your Rangers pride by following us on social media today. Cesar Ramos, the 31-year-old left-hander, now on to take over on the hill. He inherits runners at first and second. Nobody out. Rangers leading 3-2, looking to advance their cause. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate, Jimenez at second, the Shields at first. Choo takes a strike from Ramos. Choo today is singled in 2 official trips. He's also mixed in a walk. 3 out of 6 in his career against the left-hander Ramos. That pitch a bit low. Yesterday, Shin-Soo Choo in a great position off the glove of Ibar for a 2-run single. A lot of emotion, more emotion you'll ever see from Shin-Soo Choo. And today, they're playing him a little bit different. Got Ibar in a normal shortstop spot. That pitch in the dirt. And it just barely got to the dirt. Great stop by Perez.
look watching that replay like Shin-Soo saw the hole and was trying to guide the ball through the shortstop spot.
2 balls and a strike, and the fans making some noise here and coming up with a chew. Ramos a check of second. Low and outside, 3 balls and a strike. Well, Ramos yesterday came on and gave up a hit and a walk. He was charged with 1 run in his work. He did not retire a hitter. And he's in danger here of walking Chu with Prince Fielder working in the on-deck circle. Ball 4. That's going to load him up for the big fella.
2 walks and a bunt. That's a pretty good rally.
What's that say? Get a bloop and a blast, we're in good shape.
Yeah, 2 walks and a bunt. Now get the bloop and a blast.
Check in with John Radigan again.
The Diamondbacks were able to pull off the shutdown inning. Delgado in pitching now, and the Diamondbacks shut the Astros down in the top of the 6th. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th with Arizona still leading 3-2, guys.
All right, John, thank you. John Radigan keeping us up to the 2nd on that big game out in Phoenix. But right here, it comes down to a Prince Fielder, Cesar Ramos matchup. Bases loaded, and nobody out in the 7th inning. Ball 1. Fielder had an RBI single in the 1st. Since then has struck out and popped out. And the Ranger bench on their feet. The crowd on its feet. 40,000 plus at Globe Life Park. A lot of concern if you happen to be an Angel fan right about now. Prince Fielder, not much concern in his face. He's looking for something to hit out of the ballpark. Chris Jimenez started the inning by walking. He was bunted along for Lino to Shields. The Shields ended up getting a base hit out of it. Shin-Soo Choo drew a walk. And they are 3rd, 2nd, and 1st with no one out here in the 7th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Infield pulled all the way in. Giving it to the Angels. Mike Socha going into a stall tactic. Now Ramos sets. Pop foul by Fielder. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our Ford leaderboard this afternoon. Home runs among Rangers this year. Prince Fielder and Mitch Moreland lead the way with 23. Shin-Soo Choo with 22. Adrian Beltre now with 18 after his opposite field game changer. One ball and 1 strike. Ramos to the plate. Going outside, 2-1. Ramos, a lot of sliders. Ranger fans showing Prince Fielder exactly where to hit the ball. Infield all the way in at the cut of the grass. Ramos to the plate. 3-1. Now Cesar Ramos has worked himself into as deep a hole as you can imagine. Mike Socha has seen his left-hander come on and walk Shin-Soo Choo and fall behind Prince Fielder 3-1 with the bases full. Adrian Beltre in that on-deck circle. Crowd on their feet. Hooting and hollering. 3-1 pitch. 3-2. Ramos threw a backup slider that stayed up, and Prince couldn't get on top of that. A full count. Fielder waiting. Ramos set. Payoff pitch. looped out of play. Tough pitch, and fielder able to stay alive by reaching out and slapping it foul. It's a 3.05 average. 96 runs driven in. And he is facing the veteran left-hander for the Angels, Cesar Ramos. Ramos is ready. Another 3-2. Fouled away. Well, Prince in defensive mode right now, and he just did get a piece of that pitch. And now another get-together on the mound. Ibar in to get some counsel with Cesar Ramos, also Carlos Perez. Now everybody back to their positions. Gary Cederstrom, the home plate umpire, back behind the dish. Crowd remains standing here at Globe Life. Foul back. Prince right on that hanger. See the shadows just now starting to creep out toward the playing field. Home plate in a little bit of a shadow from the light standard, but nothing too terrible yet. Crowd again, cheering on the Rangers. The payoff pitch. Low ball forward and walks in a run. Theodore clapping his hands, able to lay off that pitch. 4-2 Texas. As Chris Jimenez crosses home plate, Fielder with his second RBI of the afternoon. And the bases are still loaded with nobody out. And Mike Socha, very purposeful walk out to the mound, takes the ball from Ramos. His left-hander walked back-to-back hitters.
You see a wide assortment of pitches, not many strikes. Tough slider to lay off of, one way in the dirt. Hanger that Prince fouled off. Pretty good pitch right there. He fouled it off. One in the dirt. I don't know how he fouled that pitch off. Another hanger that he fouled off, almost the same hanger. And then a tough one to lay off of, number 9, and he took it for the bases loaded walk.
Huge walk drawn by Prince Fielder, who gets his 97th RBI. Pitching change underway. We're back after this. A 4-2 Ranger lead. Bases still loaded. Nobody out. Adrian Beltre is coming up, and he will face Mike Morin. Morin on for his 47th appearance of the year. The changeup specialist. A good fastball. Don't let that deceive you into thinking he doesn't throw a fastball. He has a mid-90s fastball, but a great change. Here to face Beltre, and the first pitch inside for ball 1. That was the changeup. Beltre had 2-run home run this afternoon. That was his last time up. This season with the bases full, a .417 hitter is Adrian Beltre. Morin with a 1-0. 1-1. AT Uber's rewind. Going back to the 5th inning with 2 outs and Shin-Soo Choo aboard. Adrian Beltre at the opposite field. His 18th home run of the year. That turned the score around. Gave the Rangers a 1-run lead. Now Adrian trying to bust it open here in the 7th inning. 2 balls and a strike.
Take a lot of nerve to throw anything but a fastball right here with the bases loaded. You don't want to go to 3-1. So if he chooses the fastball, Adrian's seen the fastball for a strike. 1 pitch in this at bat.
52 RBI since the middle of August for Beltre. That leads the world. Wow. He got a changeup and was waiting on it very nicely. 2-2. I wouldn't put it. He might have been looking for that the way he waited on it. Take some courage on a 2-1 count.
Yeah, he did. He did. Figured that was his best chance. Adrian be waiting for a fastball.
2-2 to Beltray. Morin ready. Fastball flagged down by Freeze. He can't do anything with it. Doshio scores. Everybody's safe. It's a 5-2 Ranger lead.
That was a smash, and Freeze did a nice job to get his glove on. And if he could have gotten up with the ball, he had a chance to get the runner at the plate for at least a force out. But as it was, he couldn't keep his balance. Ball's in the tip of his glove, and he gets up. Can't hang on to the ball either. Another smash in a key situation by Adrian, and a ball that Freeze wasn't able to handle.
A base hit for Beltray. An RBI is third of the day. The Rangers have a 3-run lead. And here's Mitch Moreland. The base is still loaded. He pops it out of play to the left. 0-1. Beltray hit this ball so hard it might have become part of Freeze's glove for a minute. And it finally fell out and there was nothing he could do. That ball was a bullet. The base is still full. 5 consecutive Rangers have reached base here in the 7th inning, and the ball's not left the infield. 3 walks, a bunt single, and that blistered ground ball by Beltray. 0-1 to Moreland. Changeup outside. Mitch 1 for 3. Had a 3rd inning single. Got Chu at 3rd, Fielder at 2nd, Beltray at 1st. '24-year-old Mike Morin. This is inside, 2-1. Mike Sochin knew going in today that the bullpen was not well rested. As a matter of fact, they're working on fumes the same way the Rangers back into the bullpen is. He's trying to make do with what he's got. The Rangers trying to make him pay for it. Off the end of the bat, a fly ball to right. Calhoun into just fair territory, makes the catch. Tagging at 3rd, here comes Chu. He is in. A sacrifice fly by Mitch Moreland. And the Rangers lead it 6-2.
Mitch was just a hair out in front of that ball. Hit it off the end of the bat, but the result, just what you want. Get another run in. If he waited on that a split second longer, that would have been a different result. As it was, it's a very satisfactory result.
So, with 1 out now, Fritz Fielder has been replaced at 2nd base. Ryan Strasburger bringing his speed in to take over as the pinch runner. Well, here in the 7th inning, Rangers looking to add on every possible run that they can. They have a 4-run advantage, and if history tells you anything, they'd love to get off that 4. So Strasburger at 2nd. Josh Hamilton goes after the changeup and swings through it for strike 1. Hamilton today 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Strasburger and Beltray 2nd and 1st. 0-2.
Just looks like a changeup is never going to get there.
Gosh, a 249 average. Mike Morin okays the sign. And Hamilton a drive to right center. That's down for a hit. Strasburger around from 3rd. He will score. Beltray on around to 3rd. Hamilton a big RBI single. The Rangers lead it 7-2.
I think, Buzz, that could qualify as maybe going to the well one too many times.
Yeah.
Josh was way out in front of a couple of changeups and missed them both. Tried the third one, and that time Josh was able to wait on it just long enough to line it into right center field.
First to third. No doubt Strasburger was going to score on the play.
Oh, good thing is, Buzz, they're off that 4.
They are off that 4. That's important. Now, a few more, and I feel much better about it. Elvis at the plate, runners at the corners. Elvis lines one far into the corner. Here comes Beltre. Hamilton around third. He's being waved home. Here comes the throw. Not in time. Elvis, a 2-run double. The Rangers lead it 9-2.
A
slow walk to the mat takes the ball from Mike Morin. And that will do it. Elvis Andrus knocking Morin out of the ballgame.
That was a pretty good pitch. Fastball tailing in on his fists, only it never got to the fists. He turned on it, hit it sweetly down the left field line. Rangers pick up another couple of runs, and everybody's getting into the act this inning.
Elvis drives in his 61st and 62nd runs of the year. Rangers have a 7-run advantage, and they're not through in the 7th yet. Pitching change again underway at Globe Life. We'll be back after this short timeout. Feet, they have not sat down the entire inning. Rangers have put 6 on the board. They are looking for more. And Wesley Wright, the veteran left-hander, in for his 11th appearance with the Angels this year. He is facing Rougned Odor, the 9th Ranger to come to bat in this inning. Odor 0 for 3 today. Has grounded out twice, line to right field. The first pitch from Wright is in for strike 1. Wright, a 30-year-old from Montgomery, Alabama. Odor waiting, Andrus at second. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wesley Wright, who originally was with the Dodger organization, came up with Houston back in 2008. Toiled for the Astros until year before last. A little time with the Cubs and with the Orioles. Slide to center field. Mike Trout backpedaling a couple steps. Makes the catch. Elvis bluffing a move to third. He will stay at second. That is out number 2. And for the second time this inning, Chris Jimenez will come to the plate. And Mike Scioscia again out to the mound. He wants the right-hander Corey Rasmus to come on into the ballgame. So Wright got the man he was assigned to pitch to, Rougned Odor. Jeff Banish's ball club with a 6th spot on the board, looking for a little bit more. Another pitching change underway. We'll be back right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. 1200. Visit TexasRangers.com/postseason suite. Get all the details about this exciting opportunity. Great crowd on hand this afternoon, and they have been treated to a 6-run Rangers 7th, and they're not done yet. Rangers leading 9-2. Fans hoping to celebrate. Help the folks who were here yesterday to didn't get a chance to celebrate. Send them some tweets and let them know. Corey Rasmus, his 16th game of the year. Rasmus appeared in Thursday night's game, worked a shutout inning. Adrian Beltre and that Ranger bench pretty happy right about now. Chris Jimenez got it all started with a walk this inning. He hammers one foul. Jimenez walked to start the inning, came around to score the bases loaded walk to Prince Fielder. And 3 walks in the inning. He's put 4 hits together with those 3 walks. 6 runs. Rangers now with 10 hits this afternoon. Corey Rasmus, the 27-year-old, Columbus, Georgia, with the 0-2 pitch. That pitch that Corey Rasmus just delivered was the 41st Angel pitch this inning. It all started with Cam Bedrosian, went to Cesar Ramos, Mike Morin, Wesley Wright, and now Corey Ramos. The Rangers and Angels in yesterday's ballgame set an American League record by using 18 pitchers combined. It was one shy of the Major League record.
Well, we've said it all about the September. That rule has a chance to change finally this year. Hopefully it will. Or we can have that many people on a roster and use that many players. As long as you can use those players, the manager is going to take advantage of all the players that he has. That's what he should do.
Yeah.
And everybody would be in the same boat, whichever way you do it. It just seems like a better game when you don't have 15 pitchers out in the bullpen.
It would certainly take less time.
That's for sure.
2-2 the count. Got him swinging. Now Rasmus comes on to get the final out, but a standing ovation for the Ranger offense. How about this? Prince Fielder the walk. Beltre, the big base hit for the RBI. Moreland the sac fly. Hamilton is single and Elvis a 2-run double. On to the 8th, 9-2 Rangers.
Final Progressive fan of the game. We're going to give it to the entire stadium. What a great year these fans have been. Never ever quit, just like Ken from East Texas. They came from East Texas, West Texas, in-state, out-of-state, even out of the country like Angela. Angela, where are you from?
The UK, baby! Come on, Governor, let's win this thing!
That's right, Angela. Take the bag. Let's win this league. Let's bring it home. We're headed to the playoffs. Thank you, fans. Congratulations to everyone out here today. Great fan support, Buzz.
All right, Nutsy, thank you. Fan Appreciation Day, and it is just that. And Rangers appreciated the 2.5 million folks that have come out to Globe Life Park to support them this year. Cole Hamels now with a 7-run advantage going to work here in the 8th inning. Facing the top of the order, Eric Ibar. And Hamels with an 0-2 advantage in the count. Hamels this afternoon just 87 pitches through 7 innings.
Well, you know, the shape, as we mentioned this, the shape the bullpen's in right now with all the guys being used the last couple of days, particularly Tolleson, Dyson have pitched 5 straight days. Remained to be seen how the skipper was going to use his bullpen, but Cole could take care of that himself. Allow him not even to worry about the bullpen.
Nice when you have your closer starting for you, too. Yeah, Derek Holland out there, and just in case, today was Derek's normal bullpen session day, and Jeff Anderson said before the ball game they would consider using Holland in a very specific situation. Now he wouldn't tell us what that specific situation was, but he said he'd be available coming out of the bullpen. They would hold him back from throwing his bullpen on the side and have him available if necessary. 1-2 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ibar today 0 for 3, has grounded out a couple of times and lined softly to center field. 3-2. Ibar, the #1 hitter, to be followed by Cole Calhoun. Ball, strike 3. Harry Peterson said, "Hang on, Eric, you're not going anywhere." It said back to the dugout. 1 gone.
Yeah. There's a guy that walks about 20 times a year. Yeah, that's too close to take. A pitch Ibar probably doesn't usually take.
Yeah. No, Hamels with his 7th strikeout of the afternoon. One away. Cole Calhoun has struck out twice in 3 trips. He is 0 for 3. No balls and a strike. Drew Stubbs has entered the ball game. He's in center field now for Delino to Shields. One ball and a strike to Calhoun. Calhoun breaking loose this year. 26 home runs for a guy who hit leadoff a lot of the time. Two and one to him. Calhoun having a downturn in this series, especially 1 for 16. And we mentioned right at the start on Thursday night, Cole Calhoun and C.J. Cron, the guys that really had been thorns in the side of the Rangers this year. And the Rangers have done a very good job in this series with both of them. 2 and 2. Hamels studying the signs as Calhoun gets back in the box. Got him swinging. 3rd time that he has struck out Calhoun this afternoon. 8 strikeouts for Hamels.
Cutter maybe down and away. Changeup.
Yep.
Good pitch.
Trout has been on all 3 times this afternoon. He has doubled, walked, and been hit by a pitch. Big strike 1. Cole Hamels right now filling up the strike zone.
He is. He's on a mission.
A ball and a strike.
Still throwing 95 miles an hour, too.
One and 2. If you hear about guys running on fumes, pitching on fumes, Cole Hamels is pitching on fumes of the smell of postseason right now. One-two pitch to Trout. Ground ball to short. Elvis to Moreland. 7.5 in the books. Hamels sends the Angels down in order. Rangers leading 9-2 as they come to bat in the 8th.
Here at Globe Life Park in Arlington with the Rangers in control and very close to an American League West Division championship. Still not for sure on when the next game will be played, but it is looking like Toronto more and more to begin the ALDS. Lots of scenarios. We're not going to count our chickens before they hatch. We know that the national guys will be taking over for us. So thanks to the folks at AT Universe for always getting us ready for the next game. Buzz and Tom, it has been a fantastic ride this regular season. Thanks for letting me tag along once again.
You're the best, Dan.
Em, you have done a great job. We sure appreciate everything that you add to the telecast, and it is significant.
Right back at you guys.
Thank you, Emily. Well, Drew Stubbs, who entered the ball game to take over in center field, as you saw, getting his at-bat this afternoon, hitting at 100 as a member of the Rangers. Hit 215 with the Rockies. Makes the pitch flowing outside from Corey Rasmus. And the count moves to 2-1. Rangers 9 runs on 10 hits this afternoon. Angels 2 runs on just 3 hits against Cole Hamels. 2-2. Rasmus, a letter high set. Stubbs fouls it out of play to the right. Through the fleet-footed Longhorn X. His college days down in Austin. Manning center field for the Texas Longhorns down there. Good foul off to the right. Rangers signed Drew to a minor league contract after the Rockies had designated him for assignment. Another 2-2 pitch. Big breaking ball. Stubbs locked up over that one. Out. Rasmus with his second strikeout. And Shin-Soo Choo coming up. Another big day this afternoon for Choo, getting on base, scoring runs. He's been on base 3 times, 2 walks and a single. He has scored twice. And as you would assume, right in the middle of the Ranger rallies.
Since September 1st, his on-base percentage is somewhere over 500. Talked about what he's done since the All-Star break. Been one of the better players in the league for 2.5 months.
No balls and a strike. Choo overall this year now, the on-base percentage prior to today was 373. That in itself was 7th in the American League. This after a guy that waited a month and a half to start producing offensively. And even then it was kind of start and stop a couple times. Finally got it going at the All-Star break. Since then, you can't get him out. Top of the Ranger order is, I guess you could say, gelled pretty well with the liner to Shields and Shin-Soo Choo. Adding excitement, setting the table. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cole Hamels pondering his 9th inning assignment with his battery mate, Chris Jimenez. The 2-2.
I don't think anyone would waste their time going to try to have a conversation with him, do you?
I think it'd be fruitless. I don't think you'd get much of a response. Well, you might get a response that you didn't really care for.
He's in his own world. I don't think he'd even hear you. Right
might not. Might not. Well, the inevitable comparisons between Cole Hamels and Cliff Lee have come up from time to time. And Choo gone on strikes. And we will continue that in just a second. We have to send it over to John Radigan for a Mazda game break. John? All right, John, thank you. How about Joey Gallo getting it at bat here? He's pinch hitting for Ryan Strasburger, who came on as a pinch runner for Prince Fielder. Gallo a chance to swing the bat here in the 9th inning. Check swing, and he went around. That according to Eric Cooper down there at 3rd. No balls and 2 strikes. And Cole Hamels walking around right now just saying, okay, get this half inning over with. I want to get back out there and do my thing. Just 3 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts for Hamels. 0-2 pitch. Well, I was going to say about the comparison between Hamels and Cliff Lee. Different kinds of pitchers. Yeah, they're both left-handed. They both spot the ball up. But until now, you get this time of year with Cole Hamels. Remember the 2 complete games Cliff Lee had in the postseason 2010 for the Rangers. Cole Hamels looks very much in the same vein as Cliff Lee. Cole will be going back out for the 9th inning here today. A game that could wrap up the American League West Division title for the Rangers on the final day of the season. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got him swinging. Rasmus ends up striking out 4 in a row to end the ball game for him. That'll do it for the Rangers in the 8th. We're going to the 9th inning. Hamels out to the mound, trying to salt away a 9-2 Ranger lead. Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By AT U-verse TV. U-verse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by your Texas Ford dealers. The SUV Sign and Go event is happening now at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. A great anticipation here at Globe Life Park as Cole Hamels gets ready to start the top of the 9th inning. And Albert Pujols drills one deep down the line, and it is foul.
Wow. That thing went about 1,000 feet. I'm glad we're not the umpires. That looked fair from here.
Yeah, it did. You're right. And now Mike Socia is saying, hang on a second. We may ask you guys to go take a look at it over there. Harry Cedarstrom with his mask on upside. I think judging from Elvis's reaction, the ball looked like it was fair. And long. 0-1 to Pujols. Now Pujols had the 2-run home run in the 1st inning. You get a better look at that right down the line.
Boy, that's less than a foot. It looked like. It's tough to see it, but it looked that close.
Beltre straightens up and throws Pujols out. 1 down. Even though it would have taken a 7-run home run by Pujols to tie the ball game, I'm glad to see him gone.
Me too, and I'm glad that was foul. Cole has given up no hits since 1 out in the 2nd inning. Gave up the 2 runs in the 1st, a double in the 2nd, and that's it.
C.J. Cron takes strike 1. And only 3 base runners. Cron, 2 ground outs. Hits one off the end of the bat out to Odor. 2 out. And this crowd of 45,772 now on their feet again.
Now, whatever Jeff Bannister's plan was for the bullpen, or however it unfolded, never came into play. Cole Hamels has taken care of that all by himself today.
Just like he walked into the manager's office and said, Skip, I got this.
Yep, don't worry about who's ready and who's not ready. You're not going to need him.
David Freese, and he takes ball 1. Freese this afternoon has struck out twice and grounded to short. And now the electricity beginning to surge through Globe Life Park. 1-0 pitch. Over the mound. Here comes Odor. The throw. The Rangers are the winner. Western Division champion Texas Rangers 2015. Rangers know they still have some work to do with the playoffs looming, but they are going to savor this moment. Hugs and high fives, the man of the day. Cole Hamels, a complete game, 3-hitter. Shin-Soo Choo doing his thing. Adrian Beltre, Prince Fielder. The entire lineup getting involved in winning this ball game behind Cole Hamels. Josh Hamilton, the big hit. We came and took it indeed. Well, the playoffs are now set as far as who's going to represent the Western Division and who's going to be the second wild card. Rangers are your Western Division champions. The Houston Astros will be the second wild card. And it looks very much like the Rangers will travel to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays beginning on Thursday. Champagne outside so the fans can enjoy it along with the ball club. Chris Jimenez, right there, the battery mate of Cole Hamels this afternoon. And what a job they did. Cole Hamels started off the first inning, gave up a double with 2 outs to Mike Trout. The 2-run home run to Pujols to get the Rangers in an early hole, but then shut down the Angels completely as the Rangers came back and surged with a 6-run 7th inning. Adrian Beltre got the Rangers on top for the first time with an opposite field home run. And then the Rangers put 6 on the board in the 7th to run away at 9-2. What a scene this is, and none of the 45,700 plus have left Globe Life Park. They are enjoying this as much as the guys on the field. Ray Davis, the Ranger owners. Congratulations to Adrian Beltre, Jamie Reed. Long time coming, and who would have thought the second day of August and this ball club was 8 games out of first place. It looked like they were dead in the water. But here we are 2 months and 2 days later. They're celebrating a Western Division crown on the field at Globe Life Park. There it goes. That's what it was all about. Now let's go down to Emily Jones, who's standing by with the skipper.
Thank you very much, Jeff Bannister. They just raised that flag. American League West Division champions. Sight for sore eyes, I would assume.
Sight for sore eyes, yes. I tell you what, these guys have battled all year long. To go from where we started to where we are right now, an incredible moment. One stage in the direction we want to go, another stage knocked down, but you never can question the heart what's inside these guys and what they show up to do every single day.
When you look at, as you mentioned, where this team came from, where you came from, what is this like for you?
Incredible. Incredible. You know, John Daniels, front office, giving me an opportunity, a guy that came from nowhere, 29 years over Pittsburgh Pirate organization, but to believe in what I can bring to this organization, opportunities to add some value, a message, And then just putting a group of guys together to do this is just absolutely incredible.
These guys obviously love playing for you, and led by Adrian Beltre. No surprise that he's the guy that comes up big here tonight.
Absolutely no surprise. You know what? Big players step up big in big games. And how about Cole Hamels showing up today? I tell you what, this game can humble you in a hurry, slap you around, punch you in the mouth, and it's got a cruel sense of humor every once in a while, but big players show up big in big spots.
This crowd was big today. What do you have to say to them?
No, you know what? Incredible. We love them all. I've been saying it all year long. You know what? They're the 10th man on the field for us. They're the 10th player. They showed up big for us when we asked them to show up with all the red outs. They were loud and proud, and this one's for them.
Annie, up top.